What's up, guys? Coming at you with another video of the Mark 6. Hopefully you saw that. Today's going to be a mods list. I'm going to tell you everything that I've done, at least that I remember that I've done to the car, interior, exterior, engine, etc. I'm going to tell you what my favorites were, what my least favorite were, what the best bang for my buck was, and I'll give you some tips on how to score cheaper parts for your car. This is like the budget build, like daily race car. I don't know, it's everything. It's my only car. It's probably going to be my only car for a while. I'm a college student, don't have a ton of money, but yeah, so let's get into the video and I'll tell you all my favorite mods and everything, and let's get it. Right off the bat, let's talk about the wheels. They're pretty obvious, very white wheels on a white car. So I feel like that's something you don't see too often. Yes, they're super dirty right now. So is the car. The wheels, they're Audi Fat 5s. They're 18 by 8.5s. Wrapped around them, I've got some really crappy tires by Pirelli. They're some all seasons 225 by 40 by 18. They're terrible, so don't buy Pirelli Cinturato P7s. They're terrible, you'll regret your purchase. Fortunately for me, I didn't actually buy these. I traded somebody my Austins for these wheels, and he had these tires on them, and they were brand new tires, so it wasn't that bad of a deal. But in the future, I certainly won't be purchasing any Cinturato P7s. Now let's move on to the next mod. We've got these headlights. They are gorgeous. I love these headlights. I don't know if you'll be able to see them on right now. Let's get down low so you can kinda, yeah, there you go. They're the Mark 7 reps, Euro reps, whatever you want to call them. They're really nice. They're like 350 bucks on Amazon. They could be better. They're not like the most beautiful headlights ever, but they're really nice. One of my favorite mods. They definitely changed the look of the car a lot. Just made the front end a little bit more aggressive because, I don't know, it needed some aggression, but yeah, she looks like a little meaner now. Moving down this way, we got my coilover set up. So suspension wise, that's all I have done. Fitment's pretty good. It's a dailyable height. Speed bumps are not yet my worst enemy, but we're approaching that. These wheels have a 45 offset, and personally I think that the fitment is really good. No static boy stance life here. It's like 2 fingers, I don't know. It's good enough for me. When you pack all the boys in the car, she's like laying frame, just dropped on the ground, can't get over anything with 5 people in the car. You got my tail lights, the Sad Boys sticker, the wing, the diffuser, the LED lights and the license plate, the nice big exhaust tips. We'll start with the tail lights. I recently did these Euro spec tail lights, LEDs. They look really nice. Of course, they're not flashing like that in real life. That's just LEDs for you. So let's go turn on the blinkers. Show you my sequential blinkers that they've got. This is one of my favorite things on the entire car. I don't know why I like it so much. I just think it looks so modern and great. Reminds me of an Audi a bit, because the newer Audis have got that sequential taillight look, dynamic, whatever you want to call it. What's next? Move on. Just go to the badge here. I just put some white vinyl inside the badge so that it wasn't the crusty black that it used to be. It had some of this like black trim inside of here, so I color matched that. I think it looks pretty good. Come down here, my $20 Amazon LED license plate lights. They have built-in resistors so that you don't throw codes. By the way, these don't throw codes, headlights don't throw codes, whatever. The license plate lights are awesome. At night, it makes the car look modern, nice, sleek. It's got a nice bright white LED lights coming out the back. Make sure the police can always read it, because you don't want to be doing anything illegal in this now, right? What else is back here? The diffuser. Can't really see it. The lighting's pretty bad. It hides in a lot of pictures. Let's see if I can get up here. There you go. This is the Maxton Design rear diffuser. It screws right into this rear valance thing. It looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Gave the back some aggression that it needed. On either side of the diffuser, you've got these 4-inch exhaust tips. Really can't see those in this lighting. They're covered in carbon buildup. Up on top of the car here, we got another Maxton Design part. This is the $180 piece of sticky plastic. Nice plastic looks thing that I probably shouldn't have spent money on, but I did. Anything else back here? I don't think so. I forgot to mention up on the front, the mirrors are typically clear turn signals, and now they are smoked, and they're actually also dynamic, like the tail lights. So I really like this look. Another modern touch to the car. Forgot to mention, this is a 2012 4-door 6-speed GTI. Put a lot of work into her. I've had her for about a year and almost a year and a half. But yeah, let's jump into the interior for a second. I think I've touched most of what I've done out here. Tint, of course, pretty obvious. 20% on all the windows, including the rear. 5% brow on the front with a vinyl brow on top. And then the windshield is not tinted. Thought about getting it tinted, but driving in the rain at night with 20% tint, for you people that have tint, you know it's a terrifying experience. So yeah, moving into the interior. The Cobb access port. This is a great platform. I mean, a great product that Cobb released. I have no idea when, but I got it for my GTI. I know they have them for like Focuses, WRXs, some Porsches, some Audis, you know, whatever. If you have a car that has a turbo and you want to modify it, you should definitely look into an access port if they sell them for your vehicle. It's awesome. You can monitor all of this stuff. I've got like boost, air fuel ratios, oil temperature, intake air temperatures. It's really good. You can also use it for data logging to make sure your tune's running well and to make improvements to your tune. You can flash tunes on here that aren't made by Cobb. So for example, I have a sneaky tuned Pro Tune on this car, and it was flashed through the access port. That just plugs into your OBD2 down there and hangs out on my windshield for everybody to see and ask, what is that? The next what is that question I get is this. Not really a mod, just a nice little thing to have. Radar detector. This is a Uniden R1. It does a pretty damn good job of letting me know when there's a cop radaring ahead or behind or to my sides. Not the best one money can get, but definitely up there. Recommend for people who do a lot of highway driving. This thing's awesome. Between this and Waze, I almost always know when there's a speed trap coming up, so it's good to have. By far, top 3 favorite mods of the GTI. This unit, head unit here. We've got a touchscreen now. It used to be the boring little slip here that just had like names of the station, or like it just said Bluetooth or phone or whatever. This thing is awesome. Let's actually get my phone plugged in here so that you can see the CarPlay. CarPlay is so great to have. Allows me to have my screen my maps or my music up on this screen. So let's go into my playlists, and then you've got some, oops, shut it off. But you have some awesome ways to see what your music is. I don't have the steering wheel controls, so now I can actually skip songs and play songs and go to my map or make phone calls, etc. But yeah, This thing's awesome. It's just like OEM, and I cannot express how much I love having this in my car. It was so easy to install, and everybody with a GTI should get one of these, in my opinion. It's just such an amazing quality of life upgrade. So let's move down to the shifting. So my transmission, I have a South Bend Stage 2 daily clutch. This is a little bit heavier, but it's still not that heavy compared to like other cars, or a race clutch instead of a daily clutch. I have stainless steel clutch lines. I've got upgraded shifter bushings. Let me see who I bought those off of actually. And I also have an ECS tuning short shifter, which made a huge difference. It's an adjustable short shifter, and so you can pick different shift lengths. This is the second shortest, so I don't know, I can't really compare it to anything for you, but if you have a GTI, you should be able to tell how much shorter that throw is. So let's go through here. Let's see, what were the shifter bushings? Torque Solution shifter bushings made this a much notchier feel. The stainless steel clutch lines made the clutch feel a lot better, and the clutch upgrade was obviously definitely important to do if you're going to make any more power than stock on a GTI. These clutches suck. So what else? Anything else in here that I can show you? Not that I can think of. I have the WeatherTech mats. I don't know how, yeah, there you go, you can kind of see them. Those came with the car, so it's not a mod in my opinion, but yeah, interior of this car is awesome. It's one of my favorite parts. It's nice, it's clean, it's sleek. The tint makes the lighting in here nice and like dark, and as you can see on camera, everything just looks nice and clean and sleek. It's all black, the black headliner, the black seats, the black floor mats. Everything is great about this interior. I got a hole in one of my tires, not wearing my seatbelt, daytime running lights, and my e-brake is on. So I guess I do have an issue, but look at that, no check engine light. All right, let's move to the engine bay. As you can see, I've got a fair bit done under the hood here. First up, big obvious intake, the Cobb. I think it's called the Big SF intake. It's okay, sounds good, gives you the performance gains that you're looking for, but it does have a bit of a temper where it will throw some check engine lights every once in a while. Not sure what I'm going to do with this. I made a video about the air straightener that kind of fixed it for the most part, but the code still pops up every once in a while, so I'm probably going to look into a different intake, maybe something a little bit better for performance, because I've got a bit of a surprise coming. But for those of you who can't figure out what it's going to be, you're going to have to stay up to date on the channel to see what's being done to this next. But let's get into what I have done now. So this here, this is just the block off plate for the PCV, and it goes to my oil catch can, which is mounted right here. This is made by Sunderley Racing, and that's a spool and block off plate. These were custom ordered, actually not by me, but the guy that I bought them off of on Facebook. Bought that on Facebook. The coil packs were a gift from a friend. These are out of an Audi R8, so they give you a bit of the required, I don't know, oomph that you need out of coil packs once you start tuning and getting into power. Underneath these guys, I've got some NGK BKR7E, I think they are, spark plugs. They are a step colder from stock, and they're gapped to 0.022 inches to help with knock. And so that's also a bit in preparation for the next big play on the car, but also just health things to keep the engine running healthy when it's been tuned and getting beat on daily. So I guess some aesthetic stuff I've done, because everything that you can see is kind of stock except for the intake and the catch can. But These lids are actually off of, I think it was Eurotuning.com. It's like 10 bucks for the black lids. Way better than the blue stock lids. This harness was like 20 bucks on Facebook. Just a little bit of some aesthetic things for the engine. You can kind of see it. Let's see if you can get, yep, there's the ARM branding. So this is my throttle body pipe. I upgraded this the other day when I did my intercooler install. So this is just aluminum, I think it's like 2¼ inch pipe now, coming into the intake manifold from the intercooler, just some higher flow air. As you can see, I guess, yeah, there it is. You got my front mount intercooler made by ARM. That install was pretty wild, pretty easy, but just a lot of work. So she's hiding down behind there. And definitely can't see it, but down there I have an ARM turbo outlet pipe. Again, it was a bit of an improvement in noise, but it was also just performance oriented. Keep that air flowing as quickly as possible, as freely as possible. Yeah, so I mean, I already mentioned the turbo back, so it's a full bolt-on build. Not really a build, just my project, my hobby. So it's fully bolt-on right now. The next step is ordered, and I'm dying to install it. I got a new tune ready from Sneaky for after the install. Yeah, so I mean, let's see, what did I forget to mention? Rain guards. These are WeatherTech rain guards. Can barely see them again, but they are 5% tint. I think it's just called the smoked or whatever on their website, but these are awesome. I can leave the windows cracked when it's raining. I like to keep the windows cracked all the time just because it's fresh air when I get into the car, and who doesn't like fresh air? Let's go through my list and I'll let you know if I find anything I didn't mention. So one thing I forgot to mention was my dog bone insert. I believe it is a bushing between the transmission and the subframe. And it just slides up, and it's called the dog bone insert, and it gives some rigidity to the subframe, and it's supposed to help reduce wheel hop and help with acceleration. I kind of noticed it. Should have gotten a more firm insert. That might be something down the road. Since they're so cheap, I'll just get another one. But that's just one of the suspension mods that people say are just, you know, handling performance mods that you're supposed to get if you're going to go for any more power. So next up, handling performance, I guess, mod would be sway bars. I got to do the front and rear sway bars. Get some thicker sway bars so that it handles better around the turns. Coilovers were a pretty good improvement. I don't know if I mentioned, those were Solo Works S1 coilovers. Really cheap, but they did the job. Handling is better. It looks way better. Someday I'll upgrade them to something nicer, but that day is not now. So yeah, besides the secret upcoming gift for the GTI and the sway bars, she's kind of done. I don't know what's next for her. Maybe a wrap down the road, but that's probably a good ways down the road. We'll see. So yeah, I gotta get to editing this video. And if you have any questions or comments or want to see a video breaking down the price of everything, let me know in the comments. Give me a subscribe, like the video, and keep coming back for more GTI content. Thank you, everybody.